Right, not a great start to the day. I walked all the way to my spot and just remembered that I've left my paste in the car. I love that paste, it's a right secret weapon of mine. So let's go for a walk and get it. Okay, I've got it, I'm back. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit sweaty and all over the place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rod out. That'll calm me down. I'll talk to you guys about what I'm doing today. Man, river looks good though. Whew. Something's just rolled under that bush as well. Fingers crossed, not an otter. Right, well I was gonna get a rod out, but ended up doing man, I'm doing this now because I'm a bit angry about it. Anyway, this club has a no tins rule. What is that? The lid off a tin, and it's a hemp tin. There's hemp all over the floor in the swim. There's fag ends in the water. There's the cigarette packet, there's all the foil off it. Whatever this is, bait bands, swivels, cable ties. You know, the season's only been open 2 weeks. Come on, lads. Like, in case you haven't noticed, the world's going through a little bit of a change where anything that is perceived to harm animals, even if through that sport that does, let's face it, harm animals in some way, actually preserves the environment and puts more fish into it, still, all it takes is for one Facebook warrior to have their dog with their lips around that tin or whatever. And man, it infuriates me because I know there's been a couple of matches on and there's seat box marks and all sorts here. So I'm worried it's matchmen who should know better because they're out all the time. Come on, let's all do better. Take your stuff home with you. Right, let's get a rod out. Right, here we go. There's a bit of a gap in the bushes below me there. I think during the day, probably going to be my best chance of a bite, or at least give me a really good chance. So I'm going to have a big hook bait downstream. And yeah, let's see if this works. Some guys have all the luck. Sorry about that. Well, that's cheered me up. I was even more annoyed because since finding that last bit of litter, I discovered 2 hook links on the floor with hooks still attached, of course. Perfect just to grab a passing animal, or you know, a bird to pick the shriveled maggot off and go off and die. Yeah, top angling, lads. I'm sat down and I'm a bit more settled now. Yeah, good afternoon. Normally it's a good morning, but it's just gone 2 o'clock. Yeah, I couldn't get out early this morning. I had to wait in for Paul the plumber, who's doing some fantastic work on my house. I can't wait. Get rid of the hot water tank. Oh man, to not have that thing in my bedroom just superheating me on summer nights, that'd be amazing. Plus I'll have a new cupboard. Right, that's my home. Yeah. So I'm down here on a local stretch of river, just hoping for a barbel, but if I get a chub or whatever, I don't care. It's just nice to be out. Yeah, a bit annoyed to find all that litter, but yeah, that's the way it is. Calamity getting here. Tackle shop's closed on a Wednesday. I completely forgot about that, so I ended up driving through town, which was horrendous. There was accidents, roadworks, all sorts. But yeah, we're here now, we're gonna do it. I've managed to have a little dig around in the woods back there and found kind of half a dozen worms, so I've got a few of them on the hook there, because during winter, this is how I finish my season. One big bait downstream and a worm rod out, and it's a worm rod that did it every time. I'm sure during the summer it'll be a bit different, but I'd like to find that out for myself. So we'll get those worms going, we'll chill out. I've got a beer with me, I might have that now, nice IPA. Yeah, this could be a good afternoon. I mean, that's one of the good things about coming out this time, is that in theory now, we're just getting closer to that evening when barbel and chub should be coming out of the bushes and getting on the munch. Worm rod going in, and yeah, 50 points to who can spot the difference to my setup today. Something's changed. Whoa! Oh, beautiful little bird. What's that, a finch? One of you tell me, please. Okay, let's get the beer in early, because we're driving later, so just one small can. Beavertown Nano Bot Super Session IPA, 2.8%, so not a lot of horses in the stable. Perfect for being on the bank, because this is all about the taste and the enjoyment of experience, not about getting sozzled. Got to get the nose instantly. Good, yeah, light, really light. suppose that's the idea of a super session. Yeah, wonderful, bit piney, so I'm going to say that's mosaic hops. Tell me. Ah, you're not going to let me know. She's keeping secrets from us. Yeah. It's all in a different language. Anyway, brilliant. Yeah, this will be lovely. Chill me right out after all that traffic and all that litter in the swim. Yeah, lovely. Okay, good news. 2 big bangs on my right hand rod. That's the big bait downstream. So we'll just leave the camera running for a couple of minutes. You'd never know. Just tying up some more PVA bags. A little bit unprepared for this sesh. Okay, a few big bangs on the rod, and that actually pulled line off the drag there. So I'm just going to go to a smaller hook bait, see if maybe they're like chublets or something, because I wouldn't mind catching them, to be fair. Underneath that paste is a couple of 8mm, fish quite tight to the shank. I was wondering if maybe that was a smaller fish that took the bait but didn't get the hook bait, being that it's on a hair rig that's, you know, quite a long hair, quite a long bait. Yeah, let's give it a go. Still a big hook because yeah, I think we need the security of all these trees and things. Let's hope I get as good a cast. If anything, that was better. Man, just lost one under the trees. Damn it. I'm gutted about that. I could see the line just going under the trees. Had to hold the spool and sort of do or die situation, and the hook link parted, which is bloody annoying because I've left a hook in a fish, which I hate. But hopefully with no weight on it, that hook will just come out. So yeah, I've gone back to my original rig, my stronger rig with a bigger hook bait, and we'll leave it out there for a bit longer. But yeah, it's pretty much how I started the season last year, with a stupid fish loss. And I think during the close season you kind of get rose tinted glasses about these things and you forget that they're absolute bloody animals. Right, let's see if we can do this for a third time. Good cast. Right, no bait runner this time, just straight on the drag. Quite a tight drag as well now. Okay, we're in on the worm rod. Knocked everything over. Where's that rig I'm tying? No, you don't. See it on the edge of the trees out there. I think it's a little barbel. My God, it's a barbel. It's been grabbed by a pike. Holy crap. pike grabbed it in the head. Shit. God, are you seeing this? See if I can get them both. Oh, the pike's gone. And the barbel's back. Bloody hell. Get this barbel in the net quick. It's bloody stuck. Christ, I've never seen anything like that. This barbel's massive. And a pike that I reckon is probably in weight smaller than it, grabbed it by the back of your head. Ooh, I'm going to give this fish a long time to recover. That was crazy. I actually thought it was coming in so easy, because I thought maybe some weed was over its head. And the weed was a pike. Woo! Worms. Some mental going on. Mental. Bloody love nature. I'm stunned by that, I really am. And what I found most interesting was the barbel just gave up. You would think a barbel having a pike attached to its head would charge off or something. But it just sort of accepted its fate. Now, I'm not going to show this fish off too much because it's got a bit of damage on its eye there. Clearly from where the pike got it. Now, I do have some antiseptic, but I don't know whether or not to put it on an eye. I think unfortunately, I'll leave that, but on the other side, there's a couple of teeth marks there. Let me spin it round. It's clearly a lively fish because didn't really get a chance to fight. Yeah, you might be able to see just under the eye there, a couple of wounds, so we'll spray that with some of the antiseptic. Get this guy back. Man, goes a long way to consoling me for losing that fish earlier though. There we are. Yeah, in terms of weight, that pike was less than this fish, a bit longer. But man, damn nature, you scary. Here we go, a bit of the antiseptic spray. One on the head there. Sorry if that stung, mate. Side here. And then a bit in there. I'm just going to watch the fish for a moment, let that kind of sink in a bit, and then get it back. Okay, mate. I can see you want to. Nice. Well, since I've just caught one on it, here's a worm rig. Good strong 12-pound line running down to a running lead. So a little bit of a swivel there with like a bead on the top. Stops it from damaging the line too much as it flows up and down. And then about a 2-ounce sort of square bottle type lead, just so it doesn't roll around too much. Buffer bead over a swivel. And then, I don't know, about 18 inches of, this is a 10-pound line with a size 8 mixer hook on there. And then I've just loaded some little worms on. I did find one big worm, but I'm saving that to later. And yeah, that's what did the damage. And I kept hopping it further back right towards where I was getting big bangs on the other rod, which I did get before I got that fish. So yeah, they're still out there. But yeah, that pike situation was crazy. Right, see if we can get that back out there close to those trees again. That's not close enough. I've probably got maybe another 2 hours or so here. I don't want to say too late in the evening, I've got work tomorrow, but quite nice when that sun dips behind this bank here and the whole river is in the shadow. I think that's when things are going to start turning on again, because it has died since the clouds are gone and the sun's come out. But I've just tied up a rig specifically for this situation. So I've got the coated braid on now, £15 coated braid, because yeah, it was a mono hook link that snapped. Even though it's strong 12 pound mono, this won't. You know, the main line will break before this does. And I've got a size 6 hook just pulled inside a PVA bag of pellets there, a few mixed pellets and a couple of 8mm, because that's what got me the bite. And I'm just experimenting with a bit of bright stuff on the end there. And it's something we do a lot of carp fishing, but not a lot in barbel fishing. So yeah, not only does that stop these pellets from falling off, but also that bit of extra colour and taste out there might just help bring us a bite. So I'm going to wrap that in paste, and that'll be really attractive to the fish. Couple of shot there. This is something I've noticed Martin Bowler doing on his Instagram. He says that he always puts a couple of shot on his barbel hook links to pull the hook down into the fish's mouth when using longer links. And these shot are actually off that hook link I found on the floor, so at least I'm recycling the bits off it a bit. So yeah, we'll try this, we'll get it out down there. Probably just end up leaving that. Hopefully it'll go before we have to go. Yeah, double trim down boilie has done nothing. Don't seem to want big baits today. Let's get those 8mm on. Right, one more good cast. That'll do. Just put a kind of line of pellets out there parallel to the trees, see if I can draw them out a bit. Well, I've been here about an hour longer than I said I would, and I'm going to give it another half hour. Nothing happened for ages, but I've just had a couple of big knocks, so I've recast. Just fingers crossed we get something. Perfect time for it now. Brilliant. Hope I got that on camera. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. Beating those first runs to the trees. I'm slacking off a little bit. Nice. There it is. Little barbel. Fantastic. I think what I'm going to do is let that fish chill in the net and then pack everything else away. Everything's packed away now, so let's get our mate out and have a look. I've put my mat actually where my chair was because it's a nice flat bit of ground and I can kind of stand up here. Brilliant. There it is, fantastic. Yeah, nice little hand bomb about a pike grabbing hold of its head. But what an amazing summer's evening. If you know a better way of spending the evening, then man, please let me know, because this is just about as good as it gets for me. Coming down in some brilliant weather, catching 2 barbel, 1 on each rod, 1 on each method. You know, willingness to adapt as well. Tying that rig on the bank specifically for this situation, and boom, we get them. Those fins on that one, those different colours, the salmon pink, the oranges. Wow, that's great. Oh man, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, hope your river season's going well. Cheers, see you next time. God, brilliant.